Dude, please.
Everyone, children, good evening. I hope you can see the slides and you can hear me. Can see the slides, right? Children, can you see the slides? Yes, can. Okay. Give me a minute. Right. Children, today we are going to discuss our third lesson, lesson number 3. So in this lesson, we are going to discuss about business environment, right? Very simple lesson. So what is business environment? That is our problem, right? So business environment means the factors which influence the business operates is known as business environment. In factors influence for the business operates. The business influence on factor business environment. This business environment we can categorize into two, right? First one internal environment, second one external environment, right? So we have our internal environment, right? Internal environment means inside the business, and also we have external environment, it means outside the business. Business business right? Let's see what is this internal environment and what is this external environment, right? So here you have definitions for internal and external environment. The forces and conditions that influence and exist within an organization are known as internal environment. That means everything, the conditions and the factors inside the business we call internal environment. Right? When it comes outside children, we can divide it external environment also into two categories. Right? External category. First one, immediate environment. Second one, macro environment. Right? So we have another name for the immediate environment. We can tell task environment. Task environment ki what hai. Right. So what is the difference between these two? Immediate environment means the specific organizations and groups that influence to the influences and belongs to the external environment. That means this one also outside the business. Make up in business again anyway, but the groups and organizations we can call the immediate environment. Right? So macro environment, this is very broad thing, the broad environment of a business, right? Influential groups related to it. Right now, when we read this one, we don't get any idea. Okay, internal environment mean inside, external environment mean outside, right? External also we can divide it into two, immediate environment and macro environment, but still we can't get some idea what is this. Okay, so when you see these factors, you can get clear idea what is this environment, right? So you can see the factors of internal environment. owners, managers, employees, organization structure, organization culture, resources. These are the internal environment. So here, children, you can see rather than people, right? Owners, managers, employees, those are people, no? Right? Rather than these people, there are other factors, right? Culture, resources, organizational structure, right? Everything is the internal environment. Internal environment කියනකොට නිකන් ඇතුලේ ඉන්න මිනිස්සු විතරක් නෙමෙයි ගන්නෙ. ඇතුලේ සිද්ධ වෙන දේවලුත් අපි ගන්නවා ඒක internal environment කියලා. ඒක organization එකේ culture එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ඒක වැඩ කරන කට්ටිය වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ඒක අයිතිකාරයෝ වෙන්න පුළුවන්. It might be resources ඔක්කොම දේවල් තමයි ඔක්කොම situations අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන් internal environment කියලා. Right? So external environment, see the difference between this immediate environment and macro environment, right? Customers, suppliers, competitors, the producers of substitute products, potential businessmen, we call immediate environment. It business security right? Customers, suppliers, right? Normally they are related with the business. And also children, these customers, suppliers, competitors, normally you cannot control these kind of external environment, right? Internal environment now change karanna puluwan, but normally we are telling external environment, normally you can't change. What change karanna amaru, right? Okay, so now see this external environment not inside the business. Me okkoma inne business එකෙන් එළියේ. Customer, supplier, competitors me ඔක්කොමලා ඉන්නේ business එකෙන් එළියේ. And go to this macro environment. It's a different thing, right? It's very different. Economic, political, legal, demographic, technological, natural, social, and culture, global environment. There are a lot. Children, these all things, right, affected to the business. Me hame ekama business eකට බලපානවා, right? Economic environment, political environment, me hame ekama business වලට බලපානවා, right? So I hope now you got some idea what is this internal environment, what is this external environment, right? And do not forget external environment we divided into two, immediate and macro. Right? Now we are going to discuss one by one. අපි එකින් එක බලමු මේ මොනවද කියලා. You can present this environment like this, right? So, here you can see internal environment, right? Internal environment, you can see internal environment. So these are the internal environment factors, right? එක ගාවම තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Owners, managers, organization structure, culture, everything. Then children, then you have task environment, right? Competitors, suppliers, potential businessmen, these are the task environment, right? Then, right? So after that, the next level is the this macro environment. Right? Global, economic, social, national, like this. Right? If you want, you can present this in business environment like this also. Right? Like okay. In this diagram also, you can like this. You can show this one. Right? Maybe they have pen and pull out. Now we are going to discuss internal environment, right? Business එක ඇතුළේ තියෙන environment එක ගැන අපි කතා කරමු. Owners, you know who are the owners, right? The party who contributed their resources for the business. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝගේ money invest කරලා, right? The owners are they invested their funds to the business, right? So and they are expecting profit, right, from the business. Okay, ඒගොල්ලෝගේ සල්ලි ඒගොල්ලෝ invest කරලා තියෙනවා. Then they are expecting returns, right? ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒකට return එකකුත් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා like profit, right? These people we called owners, right? Managers and employees, right? See the difference between these managers and employees. The party who formulate business plans and make decision is the manager. Normally, I told you we discuss about the managerial levels also. Do you remember? Can you tell me there are managerial levels? There are three. What are those three? Managers, we can divide it into three levels. What are those three? I think we learned that one under lesson number 1. Tell me the answer. Very good. Right. Low level, middle level, and upper level managers. So under this manager, all those three categories coming under these managers, right? The party who formulate business plans and make decision is the manager, right? What managers do, they are making plans, they are making decisions, right? Then what employees do, when managers take decisions, right? Those things are doing by the employees, right? Normally they are engaged with the relevant work. Right? Managers making decisions, employees doing their work, right? Then these all people are internal environment. Then organizational culture, organizational structure, resources, right? May environment. Organizational culture. What is organizational culture mean? Right? Organizational culture is a beliefs, values, attitude, norms, habit, behavioral patterns, all, right? So how people behave, what are their attitudes, right? What are their beliefs, right? How they behave in the organization. That is the culture. And we can see very difference between the culture differences between government institutions, government organizations, and private organizations in Sri Lanka. Then private company, right? When we go to a government company, right? We can see the difference. We can see that cultural difference, right? Right? The attitudes are different, right? Sometimes we can't explain what is that, right? But there we can see that difference, right? Because that is their culture. A culture right? Okay. So actually, children, when you are going to, normally some people, they don't like to resign from their current place because they don't like to go to a new place because of these cultural differences. Sometimes they are thinking they cannot adapt to this new environment. Environment adapt හරිද එතකොට දැන් කල්චරල් ඩිෆරන්ස් නිසා සමහර කට්ටිය තමන් කරන ජොබ් එකෙන් අයින් වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ තව හොඳ ඔෆර්ස් ආවට. එහෙම දේවල් තියෙනවා. So this culture also we can tell internal environment. Organizational structure, right? Organizational structure means how they divide resources, right? The functions they are doing, the authority they have, right? Who take the most decisions, right? Who report to whom, how they distribute these resources among employees or among branches and all. These are the organizational structure, right? Who is the boss, who are the middle manager level, who are in the middle manager level, who are in the lower manager level. These are the organizational structure. Right? කාටද report කරන්න තියෙන්නේ කොහොමද මේගොල්ලෝ වැඩ කරන්නේ කාටද මෙතන authority එකක් තියෙන්නේ right? කාටද power එක තියෙන්නේ මේ තමයි organizational structure. Right? Then resources. I think resources we learn what is resources: land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, time, information, knowledge. Everything are resources, right? So these resources are inside the business. Business these things we call internal environment. Right? Okay. Let's talk about the immediate environment. That means external environment. Right. Before that, I want to add Give me a second. This is the internal environment. Analyze the influences of internal environmental forces on business. Now, why we are learning this one? That is our problem, right? Then we make internal environment. Yeah, there is an internal environment. Why we are learning that? So see that we want to analyze the influence of internal environment forces on business. Make a the internal environment forces the business will influence with, right? So children, these environmental factors, sometimes there are strength and weaknesses. Do you remember soft analysis? I told you soft analysis. I taught you, right? In lesson number 1, under lesson number 1, soft analysis, SWOT, soft analysis. S means strength, W means weaknesses, right? Normally, strength and weaknesses are coming inside of the business. Strength, weaknesses in the business actually. Opportunities and threats are coming outside the business, right? Outside, outside, opportunities, threats outside. Strength, weaknesses are in inside. Then, first take the owners, right? When we have large number of owners, that is a strength for the business. Eka business ekata shaktiyak කියන්න පුළුවන්. Large number of owners. Owners la hugak innawa na. But you might think, how come, right? When one owner is there, he can take all the profit, right? එයාට ඔක්කොම profit එක අරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක හොඳයි, right? How come when we having large number of owners, how it good for the business? Here we are talking about the business side, from business side. Business side business it is good for business when there are a lot of owners. Owners la hugak inna එක business එකට හොඳයි. Why? Because when there are a lot of owners, they are investing money, right? Then there is a financial strength. ඒගොල්ලෝ හුඟක් සල්ලි invest කරනවානේ. ඒ කියන්නේ හුඟක් capital එක එනවා. And other than that, their knowledge, their experience, right? Then they can use those experience and knowledge to increase, to develop their business. Normally, children, then you take the public limited companies, private limited companies, partnership, there are a lot of owners. Only sole trader businesses have one owner. Sole trader business එකක් කරනවා නම් විතරයි එක owner කෙනෙක් ඉන්නේ. නැත්නම් other business organizations, they have a lot of owners. But I want to tell here, right? There are strengths and weaknesses from these environmental factors, right? The internal environmental factors වල තියෙනවා strength weaknesses කියලා දෙකක්. We need to learn that part, right? So when you have a smaller number of owners, that means no financial strength, lack of knowledge and experience. ඒක weakness එකක් වෙනවා, right? Then, for example, you think you are doing a business. Sole trader business. ඔයා තමයි ඔයාගේ business එක කරගෙන යන්නේ, තනියෙන් කරගෙන යන්නේ. Then you realized I can't develop my business by my own. I don't have very good knowledge about this industry. So what you can do, right? You can have, right? You can have another partner. So partner කෙනෙක්ව ගන්න පුළුවන් who has a lot of experience and all, right? And other than that, they are investing money also. Yeah, සල්ලි අරගෙන ඉන්නේ business එකට. So that is a strength. So you can think those kind of things when you are running a business, right? Just go through the managers and employees one. Lighting problem, no? When I switch on the light, you can't see me clearly, right? Let's go with managers and employees. Then, what are the strengths of managers? Right? When you have very experienced managers, well-trained managers, right? Very knowledgeable managers, then that is a strength for your business. If on the business managers like because they are taking correct decisions. What they do, they are making plans and making decisions. No? So they will make very good plan for the business and they will make very good decisions. That is its strength. So weakness is the other side. If you don't have very good managers, that means very experienced, well-trained managers, that is weakness of your business. Business weakness, right? Because they are taking wrong decision. Now you take university, our university also. So one environmental factor is teachers, right? Teachers like environmental factor, internal environmental factors. Then what are the strengths? When they have well qualified teachers, right? The teachers who have very good teaching abilities, that is its strength. When they don't have very good teachers, right? The teachers who, when they don't have qualified teachers, there is a weakness for their university, right? Take a weakness. Honda කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා නම් ඒක strength එකක්. Qualified නැති කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා නම් ඒක weakness එකක්. Right? So employees also same. Okay, employees also same means when you have well motivated employees, right? That is a strength. When you have employees who have very negative attitude and all, that is weakness. Business again. Right. So I think you can go through with this table, right? Just read it. I'm not going to explain everything. You have all the points here. Right. Let's go to the external environment. You do understand this internal environment part. Internal environment කියන එක තේරුණා නේද? Business එක ඇතුලේ තියෙන එක. එතකොට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ strength තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම weakness side එකකුත් තියෙනවා. Right. අපි business එකක් කරනකොට we need to know what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses. Right. Let's go with this immediate environment. Right. Customers, suppliers, competitors, producers of substitutes products, potential businessmen. Here, customers, consumer, we took as one, right? But you know what is the difference between that, right? Okay. Then customer, consumer means the people who buy your goods and services, right? People or business buy your goods and services. Those are the customers. Suppliers. Suppliers means who provide resources to you. For example, who provide raw materials for your business, right? Suppliers. Then competitors. Competitors means the businesses provide similar goods and service. Similar goods. We call those are competitors, right? Then producers. Here should be producers of substitute products. Substitute products right? Those who supply alternative products or service for the product. So what is the difference between the competitors and producers of substitute products? Difference. Competitors and producers of substitute products. Difference is children. Take this example. You take butter, right? Butter, what are the brands we have? What are the brands? Kotmale butter, Highland butter, Anchor butter, right? So those companies are competitors, right? ඒගොල්ලෝ හදන්නේ එකම දේනේ similar goods, butter. So what is the substitute product for the butter? Butter වලට substitute product එකක් තමයි margarine, right? Or fat spread, right? Margarine ගන්නකො, margarine. Then who are the companies producing margarine? Margarine හදන companies මොනවාද තියෙන්නේ? Astra margarine, Medoli, right? Margarine. So these Highland and Astra, right? Those are Highland butter and Astra margarine are margarine is a substitute product for the butter, right? එතකොට competitors කියලා කියන්නේ. You take the Highland company, then who are the competitors for the Highland company? එයාගේ butter වලට ඉන්න competitors ලා තමයි Kotmale, Anchor, right? Butter. Then here producers of substitute products mean then Astra company, Medoli company. ඉංගල තමයි substitute හදන අනිත් company. එතකොට මේවත් ඔක්කොම immediate environment, right? ඒක external තියෙන එක. Right. Then potential businessmen. Who are the potential businessmen means? Potential businessmen means who are expect to enter into the market, right? They are not still in the market. They are hoping, right? They are expecting to enter into the market. ඉස්සරහට එන්න හිතන් ඉන්න කට්ටිය, right? මේගොල්ල තමයි immediate environment කියන්නේ. Right. It's not difficult, right? අමාරු නෑනේ ඒක. This is quite important, actually very important. Macro environment, right? Economic environment, political environment, legal environment. Okay, just read what is economic environment. I'll give you 1 minute. Why we are learning these things, children? Because these factors also influence for the businesses. දැන් අපි business එකක් run කරනකොට මේවත් අපිට මේ වගේ factors උත් අපිට බලපානවා. Economic factors, political environment, legal environment මේ ඔක්කොම අපිට බලපානවා. Okay. While the purchasing power of people influence the existence of business, the cost that have to be incurred for business activities also depends on economic factors, right? So what are the economic factors? You can see some examples: inflation, interest rate, gross national product, employment, cost of living, inequality, income distribution, income savings, investments, right? Those are the factors, right? මේ වගේ තියෙනවා. Economic විදිහට බලපාන දේවල් තියෙනවා business sector, right? So children, you take the purchasing power of the people. ඒ කියන්නේ මිනිස්සුන්ට බඩු ගන්න තියෙන හැකියාව purchasing power එක, right? It influence for the existence of the business. ඒක බලපානවානේ business එකට. And you take these days we are facing an economic crisis, right? මේ දවස්වල economic crisis එකක් තියෙනවානේ අපිට in Sri Lanka. So normally people don't have much money, right? Then their purchasing power is very less these days. Then ඒගොල්ලන්ට සල්ලි මදි. ලංකාවේ මිනිස්සු අපිට සල්ලි මදි දැන් බඩු ගන්න, right? It affect to the businesses, right? ඒක දැන් business වලට බලපාලා තියෙනවානේ, right? Some businesses are already closed, right? Some businesses running their business, but they are reducing number of employees. ඒගොල්ලෝ සමහර කට්ටිය වැඩ කරන employees ලවත් අඩු කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලෝ අයින් කරලා දානවා, right? එහෙම කරලා තියෙනවා. So children, these kind of economic environment affect to the business. Business now take the interest rate. How interest rate affect to the businesses? Interest rate business affect. And government telling interest rate is decreasing, right? Government decrease the interest rate. Government take interest rate. So how it affect to the businesses? You have any idea? Interest rate take a business world right, children. When there are low interest rate, businesses can have businesses can apply for loans, right? Businesses would like to apply for loans. Loans will apply because they have to pay very low interest rate. It might then they can expand their business using that money, right? Then the government then interest rate then what will happen? Businesses apply for loans. The business loan right? The reason is interest rate is low, then they have to pay very low amount as interest. Interest with interest right? Loan loan what will happen? They can develop their business, right? Business expand they can expand their business. If the government tell interest rate is high, right, then they are not going for applying for loans, new loans. Right? They are not going to expand their business and not. These all factors affect to the business. Business right? So political environment, legal environment, there are a lot of factors under macro environment. We will discuss this one next day. Right? Did you understand what is this business environment? Business environment especially the internal environment. Internal environment you need to memorize what are the factors. Factors. Factors business sector influence when. Right? It is strength weaknesses how it affect, right? As the strength or act as weaknesses. Right. Now, next week I will give you marks for the your first assignment. And I think I forgot to include a picture for the second assignment. I hope you got it. I sent that one later. So it's quite a long assignment, right? 50 marks assignment actually. Take your time and do it. Right. Then monahari prashna tiyena. Anything? Did you understand this one or not? Because therunada nadda? You want me to change any teaching pattern or something? Monahari maugananike venasak karanna onada? Monahari ogolwanta tawa mekata include karanna onada? You monahari ideas tiyanada? You can tell me in Sinhala also. Sinhalen kiyanna puna eke ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. Lesson එක boring. Okay then. It's less than 4 minutes. So shall we wind up the session then? Okay. Right, children. So if you have any doubts regarding about the previous lessons also, no problem. You can ask anytime, right? Okay then. Shall we wind up the session? God bless you, children.